Hello Lefty Wannabes and welcome to my channel Right Left Hand. It is day 291. Let's get started. We are still in week 42, so we will continue writing the date, the day, the sentence, both upper and lowercase, quote, both upper and lowercase, increasing numbers, and symbols. And the sentence is, few black taxis drive up major roads on quiet, hazy nights. Again, we're writing that because it's a pangram containing all the letters of the alphabet, and we want to practice those letters in a variety of ways. And the quote is, "At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet," by Plato. Let's go ahead and get started. As per usual, write the day over in the left-hand margin. Day 291. And it is October 18th, which is a Wednesday. Yep. And luckily I could fit it on here, 2017, and Wednesday. All right, and we'll go ahead and get started with the first sentence. So, few black taxis. Yeah. Anyways, so, I really don't normally see black taxis. I think when most people think of taxis, they think of yellow. But I wonder if there's some companies that have black taxis. Because I know limos, those are pretty popular as taxis. I guess you could call it taxis, but not really taxis. But either way, limos, limousines can be considered taxis, I guess, because you really don't use them unless you hire them out. But I guess it's still different than a taxi because you have to reserve it ahead of time, quite a bit ahead of time. So yeah. All right. Now we'll go ahead and do this in all caps. And consider this limo problem some more. I guess I also see white limos. And I think the limos are basically the same kind of model as most of the yellow taxis you think of, except for they are more, they're elongated, so there's more taxi or more car for people to sit in. I wonder about those every now and then because it must be kind of hard to drive, especially making long turns, because it's kind of like a bus, but it's not as high up, so it's harder to see, harder to tell if people are around you. Yeah. But anyways, it's not terribly important to worry about. Just thought it was kind of interesting. Yeah. Anyways, I'm a little bit distracted today. I don't know why. Just got some things I need to do. Anyways, we'll go ahead and move on to the quote. So, at the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. And that's Plato again. Which I think is a, pretty good quote. It's saying that, poetry stems from love. And when we experience that, we have that kind of beauty that overtakes. So I think it's true. It doesn't have to be love for a person. It could be love for nature or a sight, something like that. But I think that love for a person probably is the best form of poetry, maybe. Because you can really be poetic and use beautiful language. in the best way. So yeah, this is Plato. And we'll go ahead and write it in all caps. And I will try not to be constrained by writing it small so that I have plenty of good letters in here and make it legible, or better than legible, make it easy to read. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, everyone becomes a poet. But if everybody's a poet, well, I guess unfortunately, not everybody will be touched by love. So, not everybody is going to be a poet at one point in their life. Well, I'm sure at one point in their life somebody's going to be a poet. At least I hope so. Alright, and now it's time to write the numbers. We left off on 1400 last time, so we'll pick up there. And have a good time practicing these fours now. So it's always good to practice numbers, and we're able to practice a lot of numbers because we're writing a lot more every day, and we're going up instead of just staying at the 1 through 10. So it's increasing numbers, which is helping us to go pretty far in the amount that we write, the amount that is good for us to do. All right, second decade, ready, locked and loaded, ready to go. So these numbers kind of remind me of history, because these are dates, or could be considered dates, like 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, stuff like that. So yeah, I always think that's kind of interesting to think about when we do this. All right, and finally we'll finish up with the symbols. The symbols which should be so heavily ingrained in our conscious being, because we've been writing them for what, like 2 months? Something like that. Write the asterisk up there, not the little star thingy, as I called it one time, and somebody corrected me. So yes, it's the asterisk. Finish off with all these punctuations. There you have it, day 291. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and every day to practice with me. Alrighty, goodbye.